Hello, you're watching Body in Balance and I'm Ifigenia Tsandili. We're here in Nicosia, in Cyprus, to meet a great doctor, a great person who is a pioneer in anti-aging science. He was recently nominated for a Nobel Prize in the science of medicine, and I'm very honored to meet him again after 17 years. Thank you, Dr. Kyriazis, for being here. Thank you. It's a very, very great pleasure, really. And also, seeing you today and seeing you 17 years ago, whatever you're planning or thinking, it's working on you.
I'm glad you say this. I try to follow my own advice, and because there is no point of me advising other people, and I look 10 times older than what I actually am. So this is a good point that you're saying to me.
Yes, you terminated all the studies and of course not the researches, thank God, but you terminated plans in your life, and then you came back in Cyprus, in your homeland, to work further more in the science of anti-aging.
Yes. In Cyprus there are quite a lot of opportunities for working in anti-aging. It's a bit strange for somebody who doesn't know Cyprus, because we don't have huge universities and only now we have medical schools. But there is a certain mentality that is quite helpful in my research, because my research is not only biological or medical, it's also social. And we need to see how society and medicine and biology come together with technology as well, to see if they can affect the phenomenon of aging.
Let's see ourselves in the future. How can we prevent this, the illness first, who causes age?
Yes, there are very many illnesses and many processes, not just necessarily illnesses, but processes that affect our body and make it more vulnerable to disease. And the way to do it is to strengthen our biological defenses and to make them repair the damage that we are subjected to every day. And this can be done in a variety of ways, not only through diet and exercise and nutrition and pills, but also through thinking positively in the mind, acting positively, and taking part in a technological society, because this will strengthen our presence here and help us develop our cognitive processes, our brain and the way we are thinking. So all of this together should work to make us more healthy as we grow older.
Of course we grow, as you say, we grow, but not older. You said to me 17 years ago, we can be alive until the age of 120 or 130.
Yeah.
But it's us who decide if we can be alive or not, or sick or not.
Yes, it's our choices, the way we live our life. Obviously, if we have an accident or something, an infection or something, and we die earlier, then it's something. But normally, it's our way of living that can decide how long we can live, how much interest we have in life and in our health, and what to do to fight every disease as it appears.
Yes, thank you very much for this. It's not a linear thought, your thought. It goes in a third or fourth or fifth dimension, the way you think things. Can we, human beings in everyday life, see a way that we can understand that it's not one dimension we're living in, but in several at the same time, and be grateful for this?
Yes, the human organism is a multi-dimensional creature, so it's not a matter of just concentrating on a healthy life with nutrition or exercise, but we have to be aware of our surroundings, aware of technology and the benefits technology can give us, also aware of our feelings and the feelings of others, and how we influence other people at any time and how they influence us. So all of this together makes us a whole human being, but it's not just one thing. It's up to us to see our organism in a multiple light.
And we're multiple task beings, our human beings, of course. In this book I have in my hands, it's from the past. It's like when I interviewed you first, before many researchers 17 years ago, the anti-aging plan that sold throughout the world, I think.
Yes.
How to look and feel and stay younger.
Yes, in there I put all the advice at the time about different exercises, different ways of eating or oriental exercises, as well as nutrients that were very good for aging and why they were very good for aging. So hopefully people have read it and got some advice. Now the basic advice is the same, but we have evolved. We have technology which is influencing us, which we didn't have at the time. And it's something that maybe we have to take into account, how we should deal with our current environment in association with everything else that happened in the past. Yeah, this is an example of how to keep your brain active by doing different things and try to achieve them without other people helping you. So it's a challenge.
I know you're a creator not only for books, 1,000 articles throughout the world, many interviews, many press releases, whatever, for your work. You created a museum for the science of medicine, which is very interesting.
Welcome. Come, I'll show you my museum. I think it's a very interesting tour. If we go and see the different photographs we have here, framed photographs. Here, for example, we have magic treatments that they used to do with the saints and God and different magic symbols they used to use. So that to affect the treatment, have treatment, general treatment for good health, for epilepsy, for sleep problems, and here for joint pains. They used to have different treatments for every condition, all using magic symbols. Because they didn't have qualified scientists, doctors, they had to rely on whoever could give them the right treatment for their condition. And if there was a cure, there was a cure. If not, they went to somebody else to try something different.
Okay.
Here you can see the difference in magic. I don't know what it means, but it was done deliberately so that nobody could understand. Only the healer could understand the meaning. But we have other things as well. Apart from magic, we have here, for example, we have treatments of different conditions without using an anesthetic. Here is an amputation because they didn't have antibiotics then. The injury used to get infected, and the only solution was to cut the leg. Or here is treatment of bladder stones. Again, they didn't used to have any treatment. So they used to do whatever the doctor could think at the time. prayers, good wishes, different herbs and plants they used to have for whatever illness. Here it was a treatment for the plague. There was no treatment, but they used to still give them plants or herbs or other magic incantations so that to provide some relief to the person. And then this is very interesting because it shows the anatomy of the human body. The 13th century, they knew general ideas that this is the liver, this is the heart, and this is the circulation of the blood, but they didn't have any more information because they weren't allowed to do any experiments on humans. The human body was considered to be sacred.
Sacred, and also they were scared of,
yes, they were
purity
scared of the...
And also, they didn't want to show without clothes, maybe.
Yeah, there are different factors. And then, apart from the different pictures, we have items as well, like books, many different books, items for treatment, old pills, some wishes in Cypriot dialect, and treatments in Cypriot dialect. Here is Cypriot curses with medical content. And it gives us a general idea of the mentality at the time. All the curses and the badness of people was reflected in medical terms because they didn't have treatment of medical conditions. So therefore, to have an illness was considered to be a very bad thing.
Oh, I see. It was not like now that we say that it's time for you to understand more of yourself and
that's right,
and find a way to cure it.
Yeah, it was more like magic and whatever the practitioner could think without having anything concrete. From old books we can see that there are some treatments which were based on herbs or on chemical metals. They mix them together like the alchemists used to do. And they used to make creams or powders which they put on people. And it's a matter of research. If somebody has an interest in these subjects, you can come and study. You can find a lot of relevant details regarding ancient medicine. This is specifically for Cyprus, but it gives us an idea for general medical matters of whatever country. We have books in Greek, Cypriot dialect, in French, German, English. And then if we want to go, if we look into other rooms, we can see that there are surgical tables, surgical saws for amputation, old pills again, and then some strange items used for treatment. Basically what it was the absence of antibiotics and adequate anesthesia. And because they didn't have these two, they made the best of the equipment they could find to create, to cause treatment without causing too much pain or too many infections. Some of the items are more modern, from the 50s or 60s. We can see here something interesting. This is the first time the Coca-Cola was developed from the extract of the plant coca and the extract of the plant cola. They were stimulant plants for anemia or weakness. And Coca-Cola company came together. They put those two together with their own recipe, and Coca-Cola was born. But in fact, Coca and the Cola were plant extras used many years before for anemia or just as a general tonic. And then I'll show you something else here. This is used in the cases of chest infections, because they had a lot of chest infections at the time. They create a lot of phlegm, and instead of spitting it in the street, they carry this on their pocket. When it opens, they spit in it, and then it closes, and then they take it home, and when it's full, they open it from the bottom here, and they empty it and wash it, and then use it again when they go out. So that's something to prevent future infections or epidemics.
Amazing.
There are quite a few different items like that. This is for treatment of urinary infections. They had a lot of syphilis at the time, which caused closure of the urethra, so they couldn't go to the toilet for urine. So they passed this like a blade inside the urethra and pull it, and it cuts the urethra open so that they are able to urinate. And of course, again, without an anesthetic.
Wow. Very cool. That's why people, when we see all this, we're scared. We say, oh my God, whenever we see these things.
We are lucky to live in this age now.
Now we have anesthetics, we have everything.
Yeah, this is more modern for intubation for breathing during an operation. Other more modern items. How medicine and how treatments were at the time, which were very dramatic and sometimes were effective, sometimes were not. But now, because we live in a modern society and we have technology to help us in science, we have an opportunity to live life to the full, deal with any illnesses or most illnesses as they come. And if we follow the advice that comes from modern science, we have the opportunity to live a life full of happiness, health, and a long life as well. Live a long life without any illnesses, but healthy and do whatever we like for as long as we like.
What is your personal quest? I mean, to finish this conversation.
Yeah, I want to eliminate the process of aging from humanity in order to avoid the chronic diseases and disabilities that come with aging. So this is my medical, clinical quest to achieve this, or at least make a big step towards it.
Thank you very much. If you can share a quote, a favorite quote that you keep in mind for every day?
My favorite quote is that there is no top, there is only height. So don't try to get to the top alone, but keep climbing.
Thank you. We finish with this. People have to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And to keep in balance your body and your soul, just remember that you have to feel yourself and the other people around you and be in harmony with the whole world. Thank you very much.